incredible amount of mozzarella sticks is not helping my cause. I don't like being fat. Clearly not enough to do anything about it. But yeah, it's a problem. You know what is bad about New Year's is fat people hate New Year's. It's a really hard time for us. Yeah, let it sink in, motherfucker. Y'all, we don't understand. Like, come on. Like, gym commercials I see and weight loss commercials I see. Oh my God, can I just tell you? You know what? Like, my biggest dream is to have an F-150. You know how many F-150s I see? Just so I can fucking drive comfortably. You know what's worse than being fat? There are things that are worse. There are really things that are worse. Like, unsolicited advice I get from skinny people. I went into Dunkin' Donuts. Ordered myself a large latte with skim milk and extra chocolate. And I would like to get a blueberry muffin and a coffee cake muffin. And the little skinny prick behind the counter went, mm-mm. He goes, I don't think you should eat the top of the muffin. I was like, you don't think I should eat the top of the muffin? He's like, you shouldn't eat the top of the muffin. I'm like, the top of the muffin's the best fucking part. He's like, yeah, like you shouldn't eat the top of the muffin. I was like, yeah, see, so I've been married for like 18 years, right? Like, are you fucking hitting on me right now?
Hey, everybody. Hello. You just heard Jess Miller, who is our special guest today on the Funny Women of a Certain Age podcast, which, for those of you who haven't heard us before, is the companion to the Funny Women of a Certain Age tour and Showtime specials and various other merch, possibly Lunar Lander. We don't know yet. So I want to say hi to Jess Miller. Hi, Jess Miller.
Hey, how are ya?
I don't know yet. We're recording this at noon on a Saturday, which to me is 3 a.m. So I really should still be asleep. How are you?
Wow.
I know.
Really?
I know. Yeah, I'm a night person from the word go. And that is the voice of Carole Montgomery, who is the fearless leader, the progenitor, the starter, the producer, the person who came up with the idea of Funny Women of a Certain Age.
Now you're making me tired. Jesus. I'm going to go take a nap now.
We're all taking naps after this.
Yes.
All right. As long as we don't do it during the recording. That's all I ask. I ask.
Yeah, we're too damn old. We are.
How you doing, Carole?
But I'm surprised that you're still a night owl, because I live behind a construction site that's been right after it was official that we were going back to work. I want to say 2022. So for the last 2 years, I've at 7:00. I have been putting this out. What job do you know? Everybody I know that works like a real job, when they get to their job, it takes a while before they start working. These motherfuckers, 7 a.m. on the dot, they start working. I cannot tell you. I want to open up the window and go, what the fuck? Have some coffee. Have some goddamn coffee.
They have coffee when you leave your house.
Oh my! They do it.
They wait for everybody to leave, and then they're like, "Let's take a break."
Let me sleep. I'm a comedian. Let me fucking sleep. Anyway, the point of that whole long-winded story is it doesn't matter now. So for the last 2 years, I'm up at 7. I'm at the Borgata this weekend working. And I was like, this is great. I'm going to sleep in. Fucking 7:00 in the morning. I'm wide awake.
So wait, I just want to get this clear. You're giving Shelly shit for being a night owl.
Yes.
But you're basically a night owl.
Oh, no, I absolutely am a night owl. I just want you both to feel bad for me.
Oh,
Carole, I would feel bad for you, except that there is construction going on the outside of my building, has been for the last 2 months. And 2 of the apartments in my building are being renovated, like they're tearing out walls, ceilings, floors. I have no idea what they're doing. So yes, I too am hearing construction.
I am not hearing construction.
Well,
we're going to Jess's next time.
Yeah, we are going to go.
And I will never be invited back again.
No, please.
So Shelly, how do you sleep through the construction?
Yeah.
Very poorly. Very
Okay.
poorly. I've always been a cranky person, but the last 2 months, this is me at my best. Let's just put it that way. Okay. I want to kick things. I want to, it's, ugh. And of course, the best part is because they're doing this, I think they call it repointing the building.
Oh
So
God.
the scaffolding is this month or these 2 weeks, it's on my side of the building. So the fun part is being at my desk or whatever, and I have my blinds closed, and then seeing this shadowy figure outside my window. I'm on the 6th floor. There shouldn't be anyone outside my window who doesn't have wings. Okay.
No. Right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's the angels just looking over you. They're watching over you, Shelly.
Oh, it's more likely the aliens.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're coming for me.
Yes.
Anyway, so I'll wake up in probably about 25, 30 minutes, and then we can start recording. First of all, let's just talk about how you know each other. Because you're doing a show together this coming Saturday, the 30th. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
But you've worked together many times, haven't you?
For
That's
years.
the first time I don't even know who this woman is. How did we meet, Jess? I don't remember. Do
We
you?
met at Twin Rivers in Rhode Island.
Oh my God, that's right. Oh
Yeah.
wow. See, I don't
Long
remember. It was a long time ago, and I always have to ask people. I have to ask my husband, "How did I know you? How do I know you?"
Why are you in my apartment?
Yeah. Why? Listen. Speaking of that, sidebar. I used to be on the road. I mean, like probably 3 weeks every month. So I'd be sleeping by myself, and then I would get home, and I'd be sleeping in the middle of the night. I would jump up and be like, "Who are you?" My husband's like, It's me. Who are you fucking on the road? I'm like, I'm not. I'm so used to being by myself that it would
That's
freak me out
hysterical.
every time. So yeah, we've known each other a very long time. I love Jess. Jess is one of my babies. I love her to death,
Aw, I love
Aw.
it.
and I try to steer her in the right direction about life.
All
She
the
doesn't.
time.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't
Is it
listen.
working, Jess?
No, it's not working at all.
No. She does try though.
I do try, but and
I'm very sensitive. I'm very emotional.
yes,
Carol's all like,
Are
"Knock
you?
that shit off."
yeah, that's
boy.
exactly it. Shut that shit down. You've
Yeah,
got
shut
things to
down.
do.
Take the win. Take
Yeah.
the win.
Oh,
Wait a minute. What are we talking about here? Are you playing touch football together? What's going
no,
on?
may I tell her?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so when Rapey McFarhead finally
Yeah.
pulled out, which is the only time he did pull out. But anyway, when he pulled out of consideration, Jess said, "What was the line that you said?
What's the next?
Something
God,
like, what's the next? What's going to be the next horrible person?" I said, "Just take
the thing is like it's not like he's going away.
no." But it is a
Not,
nice,
he's gonna get a job. It doesn't matter. They're probably gonna put him in the
Right.
Senate in Florida. Like
Right.
he's just a creepy dude that needs to really go away.
right.
And
But-
like everybody's like, "Oh, he's gone. He pulled out," and I'm like, "Oh, here come the pull out jokes," which I almost wrote, but I right.
Right, but
But you were like,
take
"Take the
the
win."
win. You know, it's a small win, and in this shit show of the next 4 years, it's a tiny win. Take the fucking win.
Well, Jess, if I were you, I would take the win.
I took the win.
I'm always
She's
yelling at her.
scary.
I love her very much because not only is she a great comic, but the thing about Jess that I love is her heart. She's just a good human being, which is why she won't take the fucking win, because she doesn't understand why isn't everybody nice, because unfortunately we are a rare few that are I think Jess is actually one of the most compassionate people I've ever met, and I'm including my son, and he's a huge empath.
I feel like that got broken a couple weeks ago.
I know.
Uh-oh.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to get you back.
Yeah,
Trying to get you back.
I'm trying.
I
I'll get
know you
there.
are.
I'll get there.
You will. You will
Well,
get
you know what this means then? I'm sure you've listened to all the other episodes. You know that one of the things that we do is we give people honorary titles. Carole is Her Grace, and Leanne is Her Majesty.
Oh,
And I was
that's
trying to
totally
think of-
Leanne.
I was trying to think of the
Well, tell her what you
ideal
are.
title for you. I'm the Baroness, because
Oh,
I am actually a Baroness. Because a friend of mine bought me a title.
Oh my
Which is
God, that's
absurd but true. I know I'm a Baroness, but I was trying to think of what would be the best title for you, and I think venerable, the venerable Jess Miller, because that's the second step on the way to sainthood.
Oh, there we
So
go.
No, I don't
you're
want
not a saint,
saint.
clearly.
You might as well call me Mother Teresa.
No. The venerable Jess
Yeah,
Miller. So that's what
like
you
that.
are, whether you
I
like
like
it or
that.
not.
I like
Okay.
venerable.
All right,
I'm going to
fine.
be very Donald Trump about it. I'm naming you venerable, whether you like it or not.
Can you just do
Yeah.
the hands when you're doing it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I was, but you can't really see them. It's playing the invisible accordion. That's what I'm doing. So Jess, well, since we're talking about it, let's talk a little bit about funny raising shows. Tell me about that. I mean, how did it start?
Well, the history of it is I had a friend who used to put together these small little fundraisers to get toys for foster kids during the holidays. And I said, let's just do a comedy show and have people bring toys. And so that's been going on for 11 years.
Wow,
And off
that's
of
a
that,
lot of toys.
yeah, hundreds of thousands of toys.
And they're now in your garage or what?
No, we actually created a nonprofit this year, which was
Nice.
just dumb. It was dumb.
Why
was
is
like,
it dumb to
wow,
create a nonprofit?
I have to say, for people who do nonprofits, the work is insane.
Yeah.
And I bow down to them because I'm not that person. I like to wake up at 12 o'clock. You know, like I go to sleep at 3, I wake up at 12, and
There you
it's
go.
not good. But it's just, I like helping people. So I think my wife and I have come very close to, we're almost at $1 million that we've raised.
Wow.
I know, it's so cool.
Wow.
It's so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just, it's just comedy shows with fundraising. So
And
funny,
it's not just for Christmas, right? It's any kind of fundraising?
any fundraising, yeah. I guess my philosophy is, if I'm going to be in the community asking people for money and to attend my shows, I want to give something back to that community. So that's kind of basically how I work. That's me in a nutshell. I'm not a big taker. I will take your money, but I'm going to use it to give back. So that's kind of what I've done.
Wow.
In other words, she doesn't steal the money like other people that have charities.
Good.
No,
That's
it's 100%. Yeah, whatever I do is very transparent. So
Right. Like I said, what you see is what you get. One of the most honest and loving human beings I've ever known. So, which pisses me off because I'm like my father. Like, I don't know if you've heard this, but about my father would take anything that wasn't nailed down. Okay, wherever he was. So like I'm at the Borgata right now, and the pictures here. Oh, this one. Oh, I can actually take it. Usually they're nailed down. I always say to people, when you go to the hotel and it's nailed down, you can't move it. That's because of my father.
Well, I'm a lesbian and I carry tools. So
okay, there you go. All right, we need to go away together. That's a great idea. But the point is that I will always try to kind of
test it,
finesse,
massage the situation to my. Actually, I have to tell you this, Jess. I didn't even. Because I'm writing my solo show, and I talk about my dad and what he used to do, and I talk about that show that we did where you gave me a bucket, and I had to go into the audience, and they started throwing money in.
Yes.
Okay, so this is true. So here I am, Pinky's daughter, with a giant bucket, and people are throwing 20s and 5s and 10s, and I couldn't take any of it. My father would be so disappointed in me.
He was spinning, Carole. He was spinning in his grave.
Yes. So she brings out the best in me, which I love to do.
That's nice.
I love being the best.
So now we have to find some way to corrupt her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know that I'm corruptible.
What?
Yeah, like lying, all that kind of stuff. I can't do it.
She can't do it.
I try. I want to. I want to desperately lie to people. Is that messed up? That's pretty fucked up, right? Like,
no, sometimes
I bought a computer back in the early 20s, and it was probably a $5,000 computer, so it was expensive in the early 20s, and it was a laptop. I had bells and whistles, and I was sitting and I was drinking my coffee. And I was getting ready to build a website, and my hand just kind of moved it a little bit, and it was not even 2 weeks old. And I hollered at my wife, and I was like, "I just spilled coffee on the computer. I'm gonna call Dell, see if I can get a new one." And she's like, don't tell them that you spilled coffee on the computer. And I'm like, well, how can you not tell them that? She's like, just don't tell them. I'm like, but how do you not tell them? Like, if I ship it to them, they're going to find out that, oh, look at all the coffee she spilled. We can't replace this. So I got on the phone and I said, listen, my computer's not working. Why not? Because I spilled coffee on it. Can you help me? They're like, no. And Steph was losing her fucking mind.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know what to say to that. I want to smack you through the fucking screen. Here's what Carole Montgomery would have done. I would have called Dell and said, I opened up the computer and there was coffee already on the computer. I need a replacement.
I can't do it.
I know, but I not only would I have gotten a replacement, and first of all, it was a Dell. Jesus fucking Christ. What is it, 1927? Did you say the 20s?
Well, she did say the early 20s.
Early 2000s.
Oh my
That
God.
was a good computer back then.
It was, I would have just called them and said, I demand that you give me a new computer and I want money back. I would have gone completely.
That's what Steph wanted to do. And I was like, honey, we can't lie about this.
Oh my God.
Aw.
Oh my God.
It's really like that. Oh, you poor thing.
Oh my God.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
I really
How are you still alive?
Ever, huh?
How are you still alive? How has the world not like chopped your head off and handed it to you?
It takes a lot.
I guess so. You must have a phalanx of angels around you, or people who are you. I bet you have minions and henchmen and all of that just around, and you probably don't even know.
Yeah,
There's probably a bunch of people who are around you at all times, going, "Yeah, no, don't touch, leave her alone. She's too good."
It's possible. I'm pretty oblivious and naive at times.
See,
I mean, the thing is I have I have somewhat of a traumatic history. And when I started doing comedy, I was just like, you know what? I don't want to be in that mind space anymore. And so I just switched.
Okay.
I went from being like a super depressed person to I'm going to live my life. And I will put on the rose-colored glasses and I will see the best in people, because what else is there? Like, if I don't, Carole made a special trip to see me because I didn't keep the rose-colored glasses on.
Oh,
and
boy.
It wasn't good. Like, yeah. I'm really struggling right now. So I have to keep them on because I have to see the good in people, because it's just too much if I don't.
Well, see, that makes perfect sense. You should have just started with that.
I should have led with that.
Yes. I have a question. Do you have the receipt from the Dell computer?
Carole, leave it alone.
Well, probably. It's in a box. Because I have ADD, so it's in a box somewhere.
But I could probably still get you a disc. I can get
Carole, leave it alone. Stop it. You stop it right now.
Damn, this computer's from 2020, from 2001. I said, I don't care.
I still have the computer. I wonder if I can call them up and say it's not working anymore. And I don't know why.
And
because the person who took the call to begin with probably doesn't work there anymore.
Right.
You never hear about Dell anymore.
No, you don't.
It's a terrible name to name a child.
Dell?
Dell.
Who would name a child? We're talking about.
There are people named Dell. I don't know what it's short for.
Dell.
Delbert.
Delta.
Delbert.
Okay, this is taking a terrible turn.
I'm sorry.
All right, fine. Let me get control here again. All right, so you're both married. Which came first, comedy or marriage, Jess?
Marriage.
So you got married first, and then you said, I have to get some of this out.
We got together first. And then when gay marriage became legal, we got married. So comedy became before marriage, but we were together already.
Oh, okay.
There's not a simple answer that I can give you. But she's been with me. She comes to all my shows.
Yes,
oh, nice.
Yes.
Very supportive.
For almost 15 years. I think she's
wow.
missed 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even on the road?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I notice, Carole, that your
I think she
husband does
thinks
not.
I'm cute and the girls will hit on me, but that has never once happened. Ever. Boys don't hit on me. Girls don't hit on me. Nobody hits on me. So I don't think she has anything to worry about, but she's there by my side all the time.
Aw.
Well, but you do address in your stand-up, you do address that. You say, look, I don't swing. I'm not interested in you. I'm not interested in you. Way
Yeah.
to get the audience on your side, by the way. No, I don't like any of yous.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
What were you going to
Now,
ask me,
Carole,
Shelly? Yes?
yeah, which came first, marriage or comedy?
I was a comedian first.
Were you really?
Yeah, I started doing stand-up in 1979. I was 21 years old, and I didn't meet Todd till soon after that. But I was already doing stand-up. In fact, the way I met him was there was a club in New York City. There were none of those like like bars and everything, but there was one little place called Good Times that had a stage. And I was there one day, and this guy Reed, who is no longer a comic, but it was Todd's cousin, he had brought Todd to the comedy club. And it was the only time in my life that I was actually like a girl.
What do you mean?
So I met Todd, and he was this gorgeous young rocking guy, and I was like, hi, nice to meet you, excuse me. And then I went into the bathroom and spent 20 minutes putting makeup on, like putting on and combing my hair. And Todd thought I didn't like him, so he left.
Oh my God. That's so
That
funny.
sounds like something that happened to me.
He walked out, and I was like, Reed, where's your cousin? He goes, I don't know. He left because I had spent time to look good for this man.
Which
And-
only goes to show you that that's never a good idea.
Never a good idea to put makeup on for a man. And so we ran into each other because New York City can be a very small city. We would run into each other, but I was always thinking I didn't look good. Like I remember I had this poster that I just bought that I was putting in my apartment, and I was on a bus. He gets on the bus, and I see him, and I literally go like this. I literally went like this to
Covered your
hide
face.
myself so he wouldn't see me. And he saw me, but he was like, oh, I guess she doesn't like me. She doesn't want to say anything. And then we actually ran into each other on the street, and then we connected.
So you ran into each other on the street, and he said, "Why are you avoiding me?"
Right. No, he was too much of a pussy to say that. But we were
Oh, charming.
I was like, hi. And we were both like idiots. We were like, hi.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, 40 fucking years later. So we've been together since sometime in 1980. We met, I think.
Wow.
We got married in 84.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Do you still talk to him like that? Hi.
No.
No.
Now I go, ugh.
Yeah, this is the man who she turns to and goes, "Who are you?"
Who are you? You're still here. Jesus.
So funny.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I mean,
story.
because
That's beautiful.
you don't think of comedy as being conducive to long relationships, long marriages. I mean, maybe that's just for male comics because you always hear about, a guy gets to a certain point and then he gets divorced and meets somebody else or whatever.
You like
I
John
don't know.
Mulaney?
Pardon?
You like John Mulaney?
I didn't mean him specifically, but sure, let's go with that.
I didn't know that he did that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, read it.
Oh, come on, John.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
I get so disappointed in people who do that.
well,
But
I
that's
think,
what I mean. It's surprising to me just hearing about relationships that last,
Right.
particularly in entertainment and people who travel, people who, Carole, you go on the road a lot. Jess, you're always out doing stuff. It's surprising and actually quite impressive, and dare I say, a little bit optimistic that it is possible to have a long-lasting, I'm going to say healthy, let's just go with that, relationship.
yeah, let's just
And
go
be
with
a
that.
comic.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. That's impressive. Congratulations. And
Well, you know
from
what?
all of us who don't have that, thanks.
Remember when I was a road dog and I was gone all the time? Like, first of all, I hate people. I love my
Oh, good.
audience. Everybody who's listening, I love
Yeah.
you. But generally, I hate people. So the thought of having to do this again is what stops me from cheating on my husband.
Oh, yeah, no.
I could not, like I said, 40 years with this man. He snores. He's farting in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? I know his snoring and I know his farting, and I'm used to that. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm with you on that, Carole.
But when I was on the road, when I would come back, it was actually like we had a new relationship because I'd been gone for so long. So I think that's one of the reasons why we ended up staying together all these years. Because when I got the gig in Vegas and we had to stay home and we were both there, I was like, I don't like this at all.
This is not
I need to go on the road. Why are you here?
good.
I was so used to not having anyone around, which is one of the reasons why I would wake up going, who the fuck are you? So I'm at the Borgata this week and I'm by myself again. I sometimes sit in the room going, I used to do this all the time. And I used to do it without a computer or a phone. I had to bring books. We actually had to carry books.
Wow.
And I don't even know how you survived.
I don't either. We went to the mall a lot.
I mean, gosh.
Ooh, fun.
No, that's what we would do. The comic, wherever you were staying, would say, you want to take a cab to the mall? And we would walk the mall. You would
You
just
didn't have your steps back then either, did you?
Nope, we did not.
Just
So
Yeah,
I,
but you didn't need to.
yeah, because I was a size 2. Those were the good old
Okay,
days.
now I hate you. I've been fine with you up until now. You were ever a size 2? We're
No.
not talking
No,
anymore.
I
I'm
was
just
never a
talking to
size 2.
Jess
I was
from now.
probably a size 10, but
I was
I
a
like-
size 2 before COVID.
she was.
Uh-huh. I don't know. Somehow, I don't believe it. Sell it better.
I don't know what happened. People come up to me after COVID and they're like, "Ooh, what happened to you?" And I'm like, "I ate a Girl Scout."
There was just one. She was on the lawn. What was I going to do? Not eat
Like a
her?
cookie. Yeah, like, oh, I ate so many potatoes. This is messed up. I actually went on Weight Watchers during COVID and they dumbed it down for like stupid people, basically. They took out all the math. Like, you no longer have to calculate your points. We'll do it for you. But then that wasn't even enough. So they just went color codes, blue, green, and purple. Yeah, it was all color coded. And I didn't read the directions because I'm a little bit like a guy that way. I was like, how hard is it? Just pick a color. So I picked blue because it's my favorite. And in the blue plan, it was a medium baked potato with 0 points. So I ate 10 a day. I had 42 points a day, but like if I'm eating a 0 point baked potato and I have 10 of them, it's still 42 points. I still have 42. I was like, so
Wow.
their math was wrong.
Yeah, that seems wrong somehow.
It's a great bet.
I don't know how to add potatoes, but something's telling me that's just not how that
Well,
works.
there was a disclaimer that like only one potato. Don't eat like a million potatoes because they will.
Oh, but you didn't read that part.
I didn't because I didn't read the direction. I read it after.
Yeah.
In order to figure out
I'm like,
why
what's
you were
wrong with this
budding.
program?
But during COVID, because we figured it was the end of the world, we would make like homemade pizza, which was like like a cookie pan of pizza, and we ate the entire. Sometimes I'd make 2.
2 a day.
Personal pizzas can be whatever size you want.
Right. And then I was making chicken pot pie, and then we ate so much, and I still haven't lost that weight.
You know the 9x12 glass casserole dishes? We had shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie, but I don't eat it because you can't eat a little bit of it.
No.
And I made the 9x12, and in one sitting, that was gone. It was just, we kept going back for more.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of food.
That is a lot.
There were 10 potatoes on that. We each got 5 per sitting, plus a half a pound of hamburger per sitting. Plus, I put in 5 cans of corn. So we were eating 5 potatoes each, a half a pound of burger, and 2.5 cans of corn. In a sitting, in like an hour. And I'm sitting here going, what's wrong with Weight Watchers?
I think I see the problem. I'm starting to see what you may have miscalculated.
I was going to say, you're making the potatoes going, well, it's 0 points. There's 0 points.
We got up in the morning. Stephanie made have fresh hash browns. Like she grated them every single morning for at least 30 days. It was.
We were drinking.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we were drinking so much wine. First we were just buying bottles, and then we were like, fuck it, we have to. Yes, we were drunk and fat the entire time.
Oh man,
the entire fucking time. I can't wait. I can't wait for the next one.
Oh, it's happening soon, I think.
Oh yeah, we're only like a third of the way through the Greek alphabet. There's got to be more
Oh,
variants.
oh, yes, there is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, now since we're talking about food and we got a holiday coming up, let me ask you this:
Mm.
what is the best Thanksgiving dessert? Are you pie people? What's the best one for you?
Cheesecake. Cherry cheesecake.
Cherry
Cherry
cheesecake?
cheesecake for Thanksgiving. Is
Okay,
that specific to Thanksgiving or in general?
Or apple pie. Or chocolate cake. Or pumpkin pie. Or pecan pie or pecan pie. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
strawberry shortcake.
So wait. I'm going to stop you here. Can you narrow it down to your top 3 for Thanksgiving specifically?
Well, I always used to make an apple pie and a cherry cheesecake.
Wow.
Wow.
From scratch.
Wow.
Oh, and you make them fresh?
I used to. I'm too lazy
Oh.
now. Like I don't care anymore enough to make pies.
Okay, now that you mentioned it, and I will be there the day after Thanksgiving, I'm expecting the cherry cheesecake.
Do you like cherry cheesecake?
I will if you make it.
I figured I'll work on that, Carole.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, Carole, is that your favorite Thanksgiving dessert?
No, I like pumpkin pie, but I used to make chocolate chip pecan pie.
That's a lot of sugar.
Oh my God! And now all it is, pecan pie is very easy to make. Pecans, that taro, corn syrup, and then you just bake it. But when you add the chocolate chips, you don't add any more sugar because your diabetes will pretty much go through the roof. So I basically I would add pecans and the chocolate chips and like half of what the corn syrup should be because, like I said, a lot of sugar.
Now, see, to me, that's a waste of chocolate chips. You don't really need the pecans. Just give me essentially a bowl of chocolate chips
We can make
and
chocolate
a spoon.
pie. Chocolate chip pie, I bet you can make.
I really want to make dinner now.
Okay, it's only 12:38 in the afternoon, but feel free to start, and it'll give me some time to get there. You're in Massachusetts, is that right, Jess?
Yes, yep.
What part?
Western Mass.
It's about 2 hours north of New York, right?
Yeah, well, 2 hours and 10 minutes if you do about 80 miles an hour at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Or it can be 8 hours if you do 3 in the afternoon on your way into New York City.
Oh. Yeah, I think when I left you, guys at 2:30. I got back around 5.
That's great. Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah.
But that's
during
5 in the morning.
Holidays or games or whatever, it's
No. It was actually we had met for coffee and I left about 2:30 in the afternoon. Really, where it's bad is when you go through Connecticut. Connecticut is just whatever.
Well, if you take the Merit, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But if you go 91 and 95, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Especially with the construction.
This traffic report has been brought to you by. I used to do that for a living, by the way. I used to be a traffic reporter.
Wow.
So I know every road in the tri-state area. And the amusing part, to me at least, is I don't drive.
That's funny.
Yeah, I have a license, but nobody wants me behind the wheel of a car, I promise you.
Oh, boy.
All right, so we're talking about shows, and we're doing a show this coming Saturday, which is the 30th of November. This podcast will go out on Monday, so you'll have some time. Jess, you want to talk about the show that's coming up? It's the Funny Raising Toys for Kids show?
It's a toy drive, yeah. So very specifically, it goes, the toys that we do are for foster kids.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I work with 3 nonprofits, and all the toys that we collect go to the kids. Like, they're handed to the kids.
Oh, nice,
so
nice.
And
where's the show?
I want to know. It's in Northampton, Mass.
Okay.
And it's at the Academy of Music.
Okay, so that's accessible to Boston, and
I mean, if
what's
they
the
want
closest?
to drive 2 hours, yes. I have no problem with them driving 2 hours. Brattleboro, Vermont, Connecticut.
Yeah.
That's probably where we're going to get most of the people.
Okay, I asked specifically because I was
Some
looking
New
at.
Yorkers will come.
Oh, cool. I was looking at. First of all, I didn't know that there were analytics for this podcast, but there are. Apparently, we have at least one listener in Australia.
Yeah.
And one in Denmark. So I think
Oh,
this
they
show
did
might
them.
be.
What?
So I will post a link to it with the show, so that anybody who's flying in from Europe or the Antipodes can make sure that you get your flights and stuff in line. But this is a really cool show. It's really important that you get a full house. You usually do, though, right? Usually you fill it up and
Yeah, we actually changed venues last year because we were running out of space.
oh wow,
So we're in a bit of a pinch this year because I
yeah,
think people aren't wanting to go out as much.
yeah. Huh?
But yeah, we really need people to come out and support this. And
Okay.
like if people are bringing a gift, they get $10 off their ticket.
Oh,
So,
good.
it ends up
Yeah.
being a $15 ticket. You have a great time. Carole's on the show. Julia Scotty's on the show. My friend Corey Rodriguez is on the show.
Wow.
So, I mean, you couldn't get a more diverse lineup
I was going to
as
say
far as
that's a
I'm
that's a pretty
concerned.
killer lineup right there.
It's a kill. Ugh.
And I'm not just saying that because I want you both to book me again. I'm not just saying it because of that. So people, listen. It's a great show. It's for charity. It's funny raising, and you can find out all about it on Jess Miller's website, which is
Funnyraising.com.
funnyraising.com. Could it be any simpler than that? Come on, people in Australia. How hard is this? And Carol, you're in Atlantic City, is that right?
Atlantic City.
Okay.
And yeah.
And then this coming week, you're going to be where?
Just the next big show is the Funny Raising show, and then the following week, December 7th, we'll be in Wayne, New Jersey, at the Shea Center for Performing Arts, and that's the last East Coast Funny Women show of the year. But it should be a lot of fun. The only issue I have is I've gotten so used to having early shows, and this show is at 8. I'm like, oh god damn it.
Oh, 8 o'clock at
Yeah.
night. Oh, how will you do it? How will you stay
Wait a
awake
minute.
and
I'm
sing?
I'm closing the shows this week at the Borgata, so their shows don't start till 9. So
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going on I'm going on at like 9:40. I'm like, I'm asleep at 9:40, but it's fine. Tomorrow's show is at 7, so it's not as bad. But it is weird because you get used to doing early shows because basically all the Funny Women shows are either matinees or they're at like 6 or 7.
Really? I
So,
didn't know that.
yep.
What are your
Yep.
matinee times?
We've done shows at 2, we've done shows at 3, and we've done shows at 4. People love matinees.
Yeah.
People like when I go on stage, especially a 4 o'clock show, I'll be like, 4 o'clock, you'll be home at 6. You can watch 60 Minutes at 7. I mean, people are like, yes, this is great. This whole late night. I remember years ago, there was a club in the village, and they gave me the 12 o'clock show, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why would you think I'd want to be on a midnight show? There was nobody even remotely close to my age.
They're so
Nobody. There was no 70-year-old person going, I'm going to go to the village and go catch a midnight show. Do you know? And he goes, well, I figured you'd want the spot. I said, no, give it to somebody who is still awake at midnight.
Oh boy. Well, maybe you need to direct your shows 70-year-olds who have insomnia.
70-year-old. Well, that's
Your
true. Because,
demographic, Carol, is not just 70-year-olds.
no, of course not. But and my demographic does reach out, and I've done those late night shows. I just don't want to do them anymore.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last time I did one, but I do when I go up there, and they're all. My son is now 32, so it used to be they were all my son's age, and now they're younger than my son, and it's like just put me out to pasture. Just put me out. Give me a big fucking nice big bed, and just let me sit in bed, okay, and look at my husband going, "Why are you here?"
God, that's so funny.
And so we have come full circle.
Yes.
Good heavens. Right. So now, Jess, in addition to this coming Saturday's show on the 30th, what else do you have coming up?
Well, it's not comedy related. It's just toy related. I dress up as Mrs. Claus.
Oh, nice.
And I go out and try to collect more toys. Because,
Wow. You're on a
used to
mission,
do
aren't you?
myself.
She's
Yeah.
a good human being. You don't see
Yes,
me
indeed.
dressing up as Mrs. fucking Claus.
I don't know if I want to do it after this year.
You're gonna do it. You're so full of shit. You will absolutely do it next year.
Yeah, every time I do these things, I'm like, I'm never doing this again.
That's how
And
I
then I
feel
do
about
it.
waking up before noon.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah!
I will never do that again.
And then I do drawing challenges for kids because I want to get kids involved in helping each other. I started it last year, and I just thought, like, maybe this will work. I had 9 kids enter, and they win an Amazon Fire tablet, and their design,
Wow.
whoever wins the design, goes on the next year's toy drive.
I saw that. That looks great.
It's so cute. And then we do a Trees of Hope thing for the Ronald McDonald House. So we set up a tree, and we made basically the tree based off the little girl's drawing, and she's 6. I feel like the impact on kids you can have is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, there are nice people in the world, because right now I would not want to be a kid.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy about being an adult at this point.
Exactly. So, so I try to do stuff like that. And then I'm going to take a very long break.
Good for you.
Until at least after January 20th.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll see what happens. But
Okay.
I'm taking a break.
Now, my first thought is, you say you're taking a break. You think you're taking a break. You're planning to take a break. But something's going to come up. Someone's going to come to you and say, hey, Jess, can you help with this? And you'll go, absolutely, of course I can.
It really depends on how January 20th goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Carole tells me to take the win, but you tried.
Yeah.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
I wasted that day trying to fucking convince you.
You wasted a whole day, but I love you.
The whole day trying to get you to take the win.
So
You do what you can.
The thing is that, like you said, Carole, comedy is going to be around, you know, and we need comedy.
Yeah.
So how that manifests itself going forward, I mean, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little nervous. The week after he won the election, it was awful.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to expect, and I really don't want to be too much of a part of it unless I'm around people that I know are safe. So yeah, let me bring this podcast to an
Now let me take the reins for a moment. I will tell you that we did a show in New Hampshire, and it was great. People want to laugh. The audience wants to laugh, and the crowds at the Borgata have been great. I mean, I've only been here one night, but from the first comic till people want to laugh. I try not to discuss what's going on, because I think one of the things is besides the terror that everyone's feeling as empaths, but the other side is like they're uncertain also. So to me, my job is to make everybody laugh. Yeah. Because we could hate each other when you walk out of the fucking show, but when you're in that show with me, you're going to laugh and have a good time, and you're going to get along with everybody. Or even if it's for 10 minutes. Now, both of you have had situations where people come up to you after the show and go, I was having a shitty day, or something happened, and I came to the show and I didn't think I'd laugh, and I did. So even if you can get people to get away from all the bullshit on both sides and just step back and have a good time for 20 minutes, that to me is worth it. That's our job. That really is our job.
That's the win, right?
Yeah, that's the win. There you go. Look at her ending the podcast with that's the win. But it's true. You have to.
Yeah.
It's otherwise you'll go into a spiral of despair. Care about yourself, care about your family, care about your friends, and even care about your audience. And remember what we do. What we do is to make people laugh. That's our job.
The end. Well, I want to thank you very much for hanging out with me for a little while. Jess Miller, the venerable Jess Miller, going out and doing good things for children and people who need help. And Carole Montgomery, trying desperately not to murder anyone. I think those are equally important.
Right now, she's supposed to murder me.
Yeah.
Well, or whoever, anyone. Just don't get in her way, and she won't kill you. That's the bottom line with Carole.
Yes. That should be my new logo, Carole Montgomery. She won't kill you.
Probably.
She won't kill you. That's great. Actually, I like that.
There you go. Happy to help. So I'm going to post your links and stuff, and people, please, if you're not in Australia or Denmark, check out Jess Miller's show on the 30th. It's a fantastic show. It's a great cause. It's funny raising, and it's funnyraising.com, so you can find out all about stuff that she's done in the past. And if you want a fundraising show for yourself or your own cause, Jess can help you out with that as well. Carole, not so much, but she's around and funny. So there you go. Jess Miller. Carole Montgomery, I make myself laugh. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I kill me.
No, but she has nailed me. It's amazing. And by the way, I know I can't kill. If anybody is like listening, going, "Oh my God, she's a murderer," I can't. I do have. I do have. That's what when I said that we're empaths here. I have empathy. I have. I have a thing that tells me I can't do that.
Yes.
Mhm. And it's
You
called gun laws.
Good luck. And it's
All
called
right, no, I'm going to stop you here before we go any deeper. Thank you very much, Carole Montgomery. Thank you very much, Jess Miller. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Everybody
Happy
say bye.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.